all this stuff that we're gonna
And
be
you
around
should have
each other.
thought about all of those things whenever you
I made a mistake. I
allowed
made
others
mistakes.
as well to attack the person you have
And I'm
4
sorry-
children
I'm sorry
with.
for that.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I am.
You're the battery in the back. No, you're not.
No.
So,
I'm
yes,
not.
you are.
I don't
Yes,
control
you are.
nobody.
But a lot of the things that are said are things that come from your mouth.
No.
Yes, they are. Talking about when you was calling me
it's
hoes
not-
and bitches, that was attack on mine.
Oh my.
I know you should be shaking your dang on head at yourself.
I ain't did.
You always doing. You was doing 3 days ago in Houston. What is you blowing up and saying all these inaccuracies for to these people? You always do.
It was supposed to be done. Completely finished. No more back and forth, no more emotional battles playing out in public, no more moments where the past kept dragging itself into the present. After everything that had already happened, most people believed Melody Shari had finally closed that chapter for good. But somehow, Martell Holt found a way to open it again. And this time, it didn't just stir up old wounds, it pushed Melody to a place nobody had ever seen her go before. Because what happened wasn't just another misunderstanding. It wasn't just another messy situation you could brush off and move past. This crossed a line that had been clearly drawn, clearly enforced, and clearly understood. And when Melody realized what he had done, she didn't stay quiet. She didn't hold back. She went off. Not with chaos, not with emotional outbursts the way people expected, but with a level of intensity, truth, and finality that made one thing clear to everyone watching. This time, it's over. Fans who had followed their journey from the very beginning couldn't believe what they were seeing. People who once hoped they could peacefully coexist for the sake of their children are now watching everything fall apart again, but in a completely different way. Because Melody isn't the same woman she used to be. And Martell, he may have just made the biggest mistake of his life. To really understand why this moment hit so hard, you have to go back to where it all started, before the headlines, before the courtrooms, before everything became so public and painful.
Oh, look, y'all. Oh, my goodness. One for each little 4 piece, okay? And y'all look at the flowers. This says, let me read it again. Let me show y'all. Y'all are so... Tea Talk with your girl. I don't know if you're on here right now and her ladies. It says, congratulations, Melody, Shari, from the Millimeters and Tea Talk with your girl channel. That is so... See, all of y'all be hearing me talk about Albert's flowers. Albert's flowers. So I bet y'all like, oh, they know what she say. Let's just call Albert.
There was a time when Melody Shari and Martell Holt looked like they had it figured out. On the outside, they were everything people admired. A beautiful family, successful businesses, and a relationship that seemed strong enough to survive anything. They weren't just building a life together, they were building an empire. And for a while, it worked. They laughed together, supported each other, and created something that inspired others. Viewers saw them as a power couple, 2 people who understood the hustle, the sacrifice, and the vision it took to win.
Sit together because this may be the end of what we see when it comes to Martell Holt if you do not beat these charges. Nobody's taking any type of chances with anybody that has anything linked to anything that even alludes to abuse on women. And so it's just, to me, it's not part of his character. I just think she's upset and she has a right to be upset and she's scorned. I get it, but and he's still with Ariane. And so, yeah, I would be petty too. Ariane took him from her all them years. And so now she's going to take him from Ariane in the world. So it's tit for tat. That karma, you don't have a date on how that karma is returned. And so, Martell just gonna have to eat this one. So y'all want to pray for him, pray for him. If you don't, send him to hell. Okay? Here's his mugshot though. Where's it? Yeah, there you go.
But behind that image, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Slowly, quietly, cracks began to form. At first, it was subtle. Small moments of tension, disagreements that didn't quite sit right, energy that felt off. The kind of things you might overlook if you're trying to hold everything together. But then came the betrayal. And not just any betrayal, the kind that changes everything. Martell's infidelity didn't just hurt Melody emotionally, it shattered the foundation of everything they had built. It turned their private pain into a public conversation. Suddenly, their relationship wasn't just theirs anymore. It became something people watched, discussed, and judged.
That was Melody's issue. Why you keep talking to the same? I'm like, God damn, what you want me to go mess with 20 women? No, I don't. That ain't me. No.
Oh, Lord.
That was her issue. He's talking to the same person. No.
He talked to multiple.
No. Why you?
Martell has slept with multiple people in this marriage. Let's be.
Melody tried to hold on, not because she didn't see what was happening, but because she had invested years into that life. She had built something real, something meaningful, and walking away wasn't as simple as people think. But there comes a point where staying hurts more than leaving. And for Melody, that moment finally came. When she walked away, it wasn't just a breakup, it wasn't just a divorce, it was a decision to choose herself. But freedom doesn't always come peacefully, because while Melody was trying to move forward, Martell wasn't ready to let go. And that's where things started getting complicated. What should have been a clean break turned into a constant cycle of tension. Co-parenting became difficult, communication became strained, and even when boundaries were set, they didn't always stay respected. Still, she did everything she could to keep things calm. She focused on her children, she focused on her growth, she focused on rebuilding a life that didn't revolve around the pain she had experienced. And for a while, it looked like she was finally finding peace. But here's the twist. Peace doesn't last when someone refuses to respect it. And that's exactly what led to this latest situation. Because what Martell did this time wasn't subtle. It wasn't something you could explain away or pretend didn't happen. It was a direct violation.
Being a victim all the time.
Ooh,
it gets on my nerves.
So everybody just heard everything Martell said.
No,
and then
because
Martell said, I'm playing the victim.
I wish one day people will see the person that you really are. You throw all the damn stones and hide your hands and be the victim. Because when we start going through stuff, I told you what you weren't doing in the...
According to sources close to the situation, Martell crossed a boundary that had been clearly set, not just emotionally, but legally. There were rules in place, guidelines meant to protect both sides and keep things stable, especially for their children. And he ignored them. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. A message here, a comment there, maybe even something that could be brushed off as harmless. But it didn't stop. The communication became more frequent, more personal, more invasive. And then it escalated. Reports suggest that Martell went beyond what was allowed, reaching out in ways that had nothing to do with co-parenting, inserting himself into spaces he wasn't supposed to be in, and creating a level of tension that couldn't be ignored anymore. But what really pushed things over the edge was the timing, because this all happened at a moment when Melody was finally stabilizing her life again. She was focused, she was grounded, she was moving forward. And suddenly, here he was, pulling her back into chaos. That's when Melody made a decision. Not to argue, not to go back and forth, but to stand up. And when she did, everything changed. Instead of reacting emotionally, Melody approached the situation with clarity. She documented everything, every message, every attempt at contact, every moment that crossed the line. This wasn't about feelings anymore. It was about accountability. When she finally spoke up, it wasn't loud in the way people expected, but it was powerful because she wasn't speaking from pain. She was speaking from strength. People close to the situation say that when Melody addressed what happened, there was no confusion about where she stood. She made it clear that this wasn't something she was going to tolerate anymore. No excuses, no second chances, no more bending just to keep the peace. And what nobody expected was just how firm she was. She reportedly made it clear that every time a boundary is ignored, it doesn't just affect her, it affects their children. It creates instability, confusion, and tension that they shouldn't have to experience. And that's where everything shifted. Because this wasn't just about two people who used to be together. This was about a mother protecting her space, her sanity, and her family. And when Melody went off, it wasn't messy. It was precise. It was controlled. It was the kind of response that comes from someone who has been pushed too far for too long. She didn't raise her voice for attention. She spoke because she was done. Done explaining, done forgiving, done hoping things would change. Fans immediately noticed the difference. This wasn't the same Melody they had seen years ago, the one trying to hold everything together while quietly hurting. This was someone who had learned, grown, and reached a point where she understood her worth completely. And Martell's reaction? It didn't help him. Instead of taking responsibility, he reportedly tried to downplay the situation. Some say he framed it as a misunderstanding, others believe he attempted to shift the narrative. But people weren't buying it, because patterns don't lie, and this wasn't the first time boundaries had been tested. Social media quickly exploded with opinions. Some people were frustrated, saying they were tired of seeing Melody constantly having to defend her peace. Others praised her, calling this one of the strongest moments they had ever seen from her. But what stood out the most was her silence afterward. After making her position clear, Melody didn't keep going. She didn't rant online. She didn't drag the situation out. She simply stepped back. And that silence said everything. Because sometimes the strongest statement you can make is walking away without looking back. Behind the scenes, people say Melody has completely shifted how she handles situations like this. She's no longer reacting in the moment. She's thinking long-term, making decisions that protect her peace instead of her pride. And that growth, it shows. Meanwhile, Martell's image continues to take hit after hit. What used to be seen as confidence now comes across differently. What used to be charisma now feels like deflection. And with every situation like this, it becomes harder for people to separate perception from reality. Because actions speak louder than anything else. And right now, his actions aren't helping him. But beyond the drama, beyond the headlines, beyond everything people are saying online, there's a deeper layer to all of this. Because this situation didn't just impact Melody publicly, it affected her personally, in ways that most people don't see. Being constantly pulled back into conflict takes a toll, even when you're strong, even when you've moved on, even when you've done the work to heal. It's exhausting. There are moments, according to those close to her, where the weight of everything still hits, not because she wants the past back, but because she wishes it could just stay in the past. She's a mother first, and navigating all of this while trying to create stability for her children isn't easy. There's pressure, there's frustration, there's emotional fatigue. But despite all of that, she keeps showing up. Stronger, smarter, more grounded than before. She's learned that protecting her peace isn't optional, it's necessary. And that sometimes the hardest thing you have to do is stand firm when someone keeps trying to pull you back into what you already left. As for Martell, this moment feels like a turning point, because situations like this don't just disappear. They build, they stack, and eventually they lead to consequences that can't be ignored anymore. People close to him have reportedly encouraged reflection, growth, and change, not for appearances, but for real progress. Because without that, the cycle continues, and cycles like this don't end well. In the end, this isn't just another story about two people who couldn't make it work. It's about boundaries. It's about growth. It's about what happens when one person evolves and the other stays stuck in old patterns. Melody Shari's reaction to this shocking violation wasn't just about anger. It was about clarity. It was about finally reaching a point where enough truly means enough. She's no longer trying to fix what's broken. She's no longer trying to explain herself to someone who refuses to understand. She's choosing peace, and this time, she's not negotiating it. Because at the end of the day, No relationship, no history, no shared past is worth losing yourself over. And Melody, she's already found herself again, which means one thing is certain: no matter what happens next, she's not going back.